Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel, Live Life in Tarot. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you could make it. And I hope you're doing well. So, Aquarius, when I was tapping into your energy, immediately, revolution, revolt. So, I feel like, Aquarius, you're focusing on wanting something to be done in your favor, something done right, wanting things to be fair. Um, you're wanting balance. You're trying to be rational, or you want a situation to be rationalized. You may be feeling taken advantage of, or you want to take advantage with something. You may have a prejudice towards something, or something feels that there's an inequality that's happening, but you're focusing on wanting to have clarity with all that shit, right? Or you're needing clarity with that shit. But I'm hearing revolution. And so with revolution, I feel like either you feel overthrown or you're looking to overthrow. I also feel like there's some sort of radical or sudden change that has happened in your routine or with a particular situation or scenario or connection or connections where the procedure is altered, the procedure is being changed, and either you are looking to change the procedure, somebody's changing the procedure up on your ass, or you're looking to create a procedure. But there's something about a turnaround, right? Now you're experiencing a turnaround, or there's a turnaround happening around you. But something about it, either you're not comfortable with, or you're trying to get comfortable with, or perhaps you may looking to overthrow and turn it around yourself. Mm. And so there may be something to do with how something's being managed. And so there needs to be a measure of care and to be mindful to do the right thing. You may be feeling like someone is bending the rules, or you're bending the rules, or you want to follow some rules, or you're having trouble with the way rules are being followed. There may be some concerns around policies. You could be focused on a legal matter. Perhaps you want justification in something, or you are looking at whether something is justified that's happening, or perhaps needs to happen, or has already happened, Aquarius. And so, anyway, Aquarius, with all of that said, we're going to take a look at what's going on. What are the messages that are coming through for you for the second half of May 2020? So we're going to be looking at May 16th to May 31st, 2020. This is going to be for all Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Revolution. Do you need a revolution? Or are you experiencing a revolt? Which one is it for you? I feel like the timing is off. The timing is off around something, or it may not be the time, or you might have missed the time to do something, or the time to do something um, is not now. But you may feel that's you might not give a shit about that, or maybe you are giving a shit. So we're going to see what's going on. There may be something that there's a need to deal with, or have some acceptance with the truth, or see the truth in something that should afford acceptance on your part, or acceptance to what's going on, that you may situation, or you're seeing a turnaround or wanting to see a turnaround with, or you feel overthrown by, or you want to overthrow it. But also, for others of you, it's like you're experiencing some sort of sudden and radical change, and that's overthrowing you, that's throwing you off. Spirit, what is Aquarius focus? May. Yeah, something is stuck. Something is stuck, Aquarius, or you're stuck on something. Yeah. I also feel you're having trouble trying to allow whatever you may feel stuck about, or that is stuck, to fall into place. Allowing it to fall into place. It's like there's an issue with allowing, or you're trying to work with um, being able to allow, to be accepting. Yeah. There's steps to something. There's steps to the shift, or some steps are being missed. Spirit, what is Aquarius focus? You may be trying to create steps, or someone is creating steps where the procedure, the way of things is shifted or shifting, or you're looking to shift them. I feel like it's like something you want to shift back. Okay, I'm here. I gotta get my heels back. I gotta get my heels back. What is that about? I gotta get my heels back. I gotta get my heels back. mm. Is it something you're trying to stand tall in? Or have you lost your footing or leverage? Or you're looking to gain footing or leverage with something? I gotta get my heels back. I gotta get my heels back. Spirit, what is Aquarius focus? May 16th to May 31st, 2020. What is, thank you. Okay. Inspiration. It's a 49 breaking down to a 13. That also can break down to a 4. So for me, this is speaking about death, the energy of death, and the energy of the Emperor. I feel like, some of you Aquarius are lacking inspiration with something, because something has changed or been transformed or has transitioned, um, that you didn't quite see at first, or you don't you or don't want to see happening. But it's in a focus towards healing. It's some centered around healing, um, or there's a need to see, um, with the focus of healing, because you got this symbol here. This is I forget what you call it, but you know what I'm saying. This is healing energy. There's need to focus on the healing of this, coming from a place of healing, of but you may be lacking inspiration with healing something, but something has changed. Something has changed that has dimmed your fire. Um, there may be something you need to let go of, or you're having a hard time of letting go of something with that death energy. Something has happened in a real and physical way here for you, Aquarius. But also, something unexpected may have happened because the eyes are closed, right? The eyes are closed. This person doesn't see. Uh, it may have been something that was involuntary. an involuntary change. Okay, this also may be, I'm hearing that this healing symbol is about your death to your ego, right? um, where your ego needs to be put aside on this. Okay. Yeah, where there's a focus on healing the health of something. um, you may want to refuse this change. This is about, having maturity, or not coming off immature with a situation or a matter, or there's a change that has happened or is occurring, or that has already taken place, that feels long and drawn out, and you want that to end. Okay, so you're either lacking inspiration for it, or you are trying to search for the inspiration here with whatever this is. Because, with it breaking down to a four, um, there may be a need for a conservative approach. You may be trying to control something, and there is a need to navigate or measure that whatever it is you're managing, maybe being the boss of, or the leader with, um, considering the way in which you will lead, and is the way you're going to lead and manage things going to focus on healing, or that it should be focusing on healing. But something, you may not be focusing on something, or something can't be focused on right now. um, there may be something to do with what's established. There could be issues with authority, control, issues with what you are building or want to build, or what you're managing, or what you're trying to organize or create. There's either you don't see a way to spark that creativity to what you see as healing for you, or you lack the spark and creativity or desire to be that leader that shows, um, not just self-interest, but the interest of all, right? With this emperor here, there may be a concern with safety, or what you wanted to secure, or what you felt you were governing, issues with authority. My question to you is, are you sensing that there's a need for you to heal, um, perhaps with an approach you have towards things that you've been sticking with, and that's difficult to heal and look at? Or are you not looking at that at all? Or are you sensing the need to pause, be reserved in your actions? It's like there's a need for you to be reserved in your actions, with an interest to heal and to protect. The question is, where does that interest lie? Is it just with you, or it needs to be beyond you? And that needs to be looked at. Focus on uplifting yourself, and there may be a need to see how the conformity around something is being tweaked or needs to be tweaked. That you could be having trouble with healing within yourself, or where a restructure needs to happen that you perhaps don't want to look at. But that restructure, if you choose to look at it or allow it, will create healing. So you may want to relax on the way you like to stick with your approach, or be in control, or manage. or have authority in something, and show some leisure, if you will, or more so, be reasonable. You may feel like something isn't reasonable for you. We do have deception at the bottom, which is a 72 breaking down to a 9. So you may be in hermit mode. For me, that's like the hermit energy that's coming through, um, where you're needing to sift through any deceptions that you have formed or that you may feel are being presented or exist. But you're contemplating and deliberating on things, trying to get insight, trying to get answers. You may be soul searching, reevaluating your goals. Um, there could be, you dealing with paranoia about something, or rejection, or being alone or a loner. This hermit energy can also be that there's some sort of adversities that are existing either in you or around your circumstances. Some of you may feel a little exiled in some way, but this is soul searching, seeking answers, analyzing, evaluating, and determining, the level of deception, or is there deception, or is there no deception at all here? Are you wrong about possible deception, or are you entertaining deception in yourself or in your plans? Or do you feel that you have been deceived? You have been revolted against, when perhaps that's not the case. And you might need to do some soul searching about how you maintain your view. Something in you may need to change, or you may need to let go of a form of analyzation that has worked for you that may not be working for you now. I'll be using the horseshoe spread, and we're going to take a look now, Aquarius, at what messages that need to come through. Yeah, I feel like this is about you needing to be more realigned within yourself here, okay? Where there's a need to be more in tune with spirit, more in tune in order to become more in tune with what's going on around you that you may feel foggy about, and operate from your intuition, or um, address the compass of your intuition so that it is illuminating and revealing to you what perhaps may have been hidden truths for you that you are working on and needing to work on, so that you can establish more alignment for yourself or about what's happening. So let's take a look at what messages are. I also feel like there may be a focus on relationships. There may be a focus on duality, union, decisions, debates. It's definitely some sort of conflict that is existing. Um, there could be some indecision, or there may be a focus on what's being offered or not being offered, or you are visiting the scope around something. There may be a focus on commitment or a significant connection, relationship, or you are weighing two options, or what could have been or was, um, where there's at least two options or more for you. There's only one option now, but it's not only one option, but it's the option that is an enlightened one. If you are tapping into your intuition and your compass isn't off, and you allow yourself to be guided. There may be a need for you to trust your gut feeling. You may be dealing with community, connecting or reconnecting, creativity, possibilities, how to nurture something, or that something is lacking nurturing. Something may be at a threshold for you. There may be a focus on productivity, or the initial actions on your part or initial actions of another, and trying to discern and analyze to get to the truth, to see past any deception in or around you, and use wisdom. It's like there's a need to use wisdom. You need to use wisdom, Aquarius. So now let's see what your messages are. Spirit, what messages need to come through for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements, May 16th to May 31st, 2020? What messages need to come through for Aquarius? Yeah, you may be dealing with something very difficult, or that you see has a lot of complications around it, that you're not quite able to bring it to the final end, or bring it to a point in place in it for you that allows you to feel like you've concluded it, or you brought the difficulty to an end. So we're going to take a look at what is in Aquarius recent past, where's Aquarius at now in the present. Yeah, there's something that you are unhappy about, perhaps depressed, and you trying to get over it, or you are getting over it. This could be around family, or just something you have a lot of feelings around, or with something you were creating or are creating, or that's being created. What's in Aquarius future, May 16 and May 31st, 2020? What is Aquarius energy and attitude, May 16 and May 31st, 2020? What is Aquarius concern? What is Aquarius challenge? And what is Aquarius likely outcome, Spirit? And from the bottom of the deck, what's the overall energy surrounding Aquarius, May 16 and May 31st, 2020, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like there's a focus on improving connections or relationships, but there's definitely some focus on trying to discover or reorient. It's like a reorientation is happening or needing to happen in and around you, or both. And so you may be debating something on how to deal. Thank you, Spirit. So let's get into your messages, Aquarius. Okay. Wow. Ooh. 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 Okay. Can you see these? I think you can. Well, well, well. I don't know why, but I'm also hearing three blind mice. Three blind mice. What is it you need to see, Aquarius? Or who needs to see? Ooh, okay. Now, let's get into your messages, Aquarius. This is juicy. Let me just say this first and foremost. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas here. It's a lot of major arcanas. Now, in terms of looking at the first layer that I placed, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas here. I, the universe is orchestrating this, Aquarius. But definitely there are things that are happening outside of your control. There are things happening that are not in your control. um, it's just not going to happen. So the first thing I want to suggest to you here is there's a need for you to go with the flow. There's a need for you to go with the flow. There's a need for you to push forward, keeping your emotional sphinx, if you will, that shadow and that light side of you balanced. Okay, you see that? There's a need to get centered and create balance for yourself. And you may be struggling with that in your feelings and in your thoughts. There's a need to empty out your emotions. You see this? The water is pouring out. There's a need to release your feelings and emotions, um, because it's creating steam. You might be getting hot headed around something, or there, for some of you, you're releasing emotions around something because you're gaining enlightenment in the situation, or your ability to release your feelings around this um, will be and can be and will it is at a result of when you get to a place of getting enlightenment in the situation, and seeing the hidden truth here, um, about this. Now, the overall energy that is surrounding you here is this Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. They're both in the upright. So for some of you, you're focused on someone who is an independent individual who is stable, who's grounded, who's practical. This is someone who's mindful and resourceful here. Um, that you are looking to gain something from, that you want the potential to bring something new into form, or to establish something new, or create something new, or receive something. You want this person to give something to you that's of value to you. That this could be money, whatever it is with this nine plus 10, 9 plus 1, that's like 10, right? That gives you that stability, that perhaps restores something for you, um, that perhaps um, brings an end to an error, or bridges a gap to you having a fresh start with something here, something you want to culminate, perhaps instate or reinstate. But also, this is something that, in dealing with this individual, is about something you want to bring to a completion, something that you may feel gives you peace, or will bring closure to something, or that you want devotion to, or you're devoted about here. But also, there may be an air of being overwhelmed, perhaps even obsessed or exhausted by it, perhaps. Now, also, with that Nine of Pentacles and that Ace of Pentacles, subtracting that, you would get an Eight of Pentacles. So, there's something you want to work on, that perhaps there's a need for you to pay attention to the details and be prudent about it in order to see how to gain it, or be resourceful at gaining it, bringing it into form, or creating it, or having it extended to you, that which is of value to you. Now, for some of you, this is around money, um, or this could have to do with work, a significant relationship, or just something that's of value for you that you're focused on, where there may be a need for you to have some prudence here, or that you need to work at, or there may be something you need to learn about what it is that you really are trying to be resourceful here with, or trying to gain, as it has to do with something new that you want to bring into form, or you want to create, or you want to have given to you that you see as of worth. Because if this is something that you want from someone else, in receiving it, what is being taken otherwise, like from this person or from the situation? And so you want to be practical here. But there is some sort of focus on being resourceful about how to create opportunities or gain money, or with work, or there's a focus on, gaining what you want from an individual. But some of you, there's a focus on your own independence. Some of you may be considering or thinking about wanting to become single, and now you are entertaining how you can create that. or someone is operating independent of you, and you want to get that back. You don't want that. You want um, to gain that back. Something like that. Your energy and attitude, you don't like that someone's operating independent of you with something that's of value to you, or something that you want to have extended, or you want to bring into form. Some of you, there may be an interest to wanting to establish something new with someone that you see as stable and independent and single, and that you want to build a new and firm foundation with this person. And there's a need to sift through any deception, or um, there may have been deception around this. And so you perhaps lack the inspiration or the creativity on how to heal this, or you might not see the way to go about doing this. Nonetheless, it's in the upright. So whether you act on this interest or not, um, that is what's sitting with you. Now, your energy and attitude is you do have strength upright and strength in reverse. Oh, why did I say that? Because that's not what this is. This is strength upright, and this is the world upright. So that may be what's going on for you when I said strength upright and strength in reverse. There's something to do with balance and imbalance, something to do with something being positive or something not being so positive, something that is perhaps the a go between either a quiet strength or force, something about self control, discipline, self restraint, or the lack of it. Something to do with being strong or with being weak. These are things that may be in question or coming up for you, Aquarius. But with this is your energy and attitude, strength in the world, both in the upright. You could be dealing with a Leo, or have this energy in your chart, um, or a Leo is a focus. With the world here, there could be some fixed signs going that you're engaging, or someone that's a fixed sign you're dealing with, where that person could either be a Libra or a Scorpio or Taurus, or another Leo, right? But you're trying to be strong um, here, or you are showing strength. You're showing strength, or you're trying to show strength, where you're trying to behave balanced or be positive about something, and doing all you can to do that. Is probably taking everything for you to be strong and do all that you can for something to work, for something to be positive, or to make something positive here. Perhaps you have some sort of strong convictions or determination, or there could be some fears or doubts. For some of you, there could be an issue with health where there's illness. There could be a focus on trying not to have a loss of control or be insecure, but to be, have stand in your power and have will and determination here with strength. There may be, it's like there's a need for control, or self control or self discipline here. You may be trying to self direct, where you are trying to keep your ego in check. I feel like you're trying to keep your ego in check and operate from, your higher self. And this may not be easy, because you are used to exerting your power, and you are trying to manage your power, your pushback, your need to subdue, with something that you perhaps wanted to obtain with the world, or see success and completion with, or being showing strength about something that is coming to a close. Or has come to a close at this time. But there's like this strength with attainment. I also feel like this is about you working on your self mastery as well, or needing to. And so in the recent past, you do have the Empress, and the Ace of Wands, but it is in reverse, Aquarius. So immediately, for some of you, you're dealing with a mother figure, or you may be dealing with the mother of your children, um, where there's something that you aren't able to get off the ground or be able to take the lead on or initiate, or there's some sort of delay around that. Um, but also in the recent past, there may have been a focus on trying to have success and productivity with an initial action that went sour or wasn't initiated. But there's a focus on being able to have creativity, to build, to prosper here with something that you perhaps didn't know how to initiate, or that there may have been a need to look at your motivation with something that you wanted to receive or something you desired, with this Empress and this Ace of Wands in reverse. Because the Empress talks about abundance, creativity, things being positive, having success, receiving from others, giving, if you will, being very creative, um, perhaps trying to establish a creative outlet. There may be you trying to get pleasure in something, or there's something to do with luxury, or you may be trying to come out of stagnation about something, or something that feels like you are lacking in, or there may have been you trying to be mindful of selfishness or ignorance or indulgence. There could have been some focus on trying to come together, or the possibilities of something, but you wanted to nurture or create something. And in the recent past, whatever it is you were trying to create or nurture or have success with, um, there were issues with being able to take the lead or trying to initiate it and get it started. Or you wanted to progress with something here in the recent past that I don't feel got off the ground. Okay, or there was someone there's a lack of motivation here for someone, or there's something you didn't get to receive, but what it is you wanted to create. There's something with an opportunity. Now you could have been dealing with an Empress who was not um, interested in what you wanted to initiate. Nonetheless, at present, you do have the Devil and you have the Queen of Wands that is in reverse. This is toxic energy with the Devil. So you may be angry right now, Aquarius. You could be fearing, you could be obsessing with this Devil energy. You may feel blocked, burdened, restricted, or limited here. There could be some fear. You may be lusting after something, or you may be beginning to exhibit wild behavior. But also, the Devil is talking about um, there may have been some false hopes, but you're uninspired nonetheless, right? Now, on the other hand, the Devil being upright, this may also be where you might want freedom from something, or there may be a need to face your fears, or there may be a need to live in a more stable way with the devil, I feel that you may need to focus on how to unburden yourself here. Um, my question to you is, what are your vices? What are you desiring? There may be an issue with contracts or obligations in contracts. Something may be being handled in an excessive way, or you may be being excessive. You may feel you are getting little to no support. Was there something you hate that's happening or you have limited access to? Now, it's with this Queen of Wands, but she's in reverse. This Queen of Wands is like kind of looking at the devil. And so the Queen of Wands, when she's upright, she's very positive. She's a go-getter. She loves people. She's very creative. This Queen of Wands, she has very good instincts. Um, she's good at collaborating. She's very focused. She's driven. She has a lot of will and desire, and she's good at achieving what she wants. And her intuition is strong. Now, either you are dealing with someone that's embodying this Queen of Wands reverse energy that's causing some toxicity or burden here, or this is you where you're experiencing toxicity or burden, or you are in some negative energy, or there's a huge focus on what it is that you desire to where it's a form of entrapment and burden for you. Now, this is also, too, some of you Aquarius are looking to see how to become empowered in a situation and get your power back in something that you feel that you may feel powerless in or chained. But this Queen of Wands in reverse, what I ask you is, when she's in reverse, she can be hell on wheels and very destructive in her actions towards what it is she wants to create and pursue, where it's this blind interest to where she can be really fucking nasty and self-destructive, but also to the extent that she destroys all she has going on and what's going on for others. So you want to be careful with that. In the future, though, there is victory with the Six of Wands and this Three of Swords in reverse. So in the future, I feel that you come to some acknowledgement about something that was disappointing, where there was some sort of setback, or you felt betrayed or hurt or mistreated, or there was a breakdown in communication, or there were external factors involved, or there was a three-party situation, or you weren't with something you weren't on the same page with others or within yourself about. And this is you acknowledging it and getting victory over that challenge, over that strife, over that struggle, and healing from it. Okay, recognizing something that allows you to heal in this situation, and that perhaps may be whatever is causing you to feel some sort of deception right now within yourself, or deception about the situation or about someone else, or with how someone is coming at you. Now, your concern is the Fool upright and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So you're concerned about being able to take care of something and um, not be overburdened. You're concerned about trying to go in a new direction with something that you have been feeling burdened about, and whether or not you are able to. You may be concerned about reckless behavior or wastefulness that could happen here with something that is overwhelming to you, or has grown stale, or could be unhealthy. This is also the time that there's a need for you to be mindful of any repeating cycles, or bringing it into a repeating cycle, either in your behavior or with what's going on. That there's some sort of burden of being overwhelmed. This may be a concern with having optimism about something that you're overwhelmed by. This may be a concern of you being able to have freedom with something that you want to do or see happen that is overwhelming to you. Now, your challenge is the Two of Swords in reverse with the Wheel upright. So something is could be for some of you, this is divinely orchestrated, like I said. Nonetheless, this is out of your control because there's a lot of major arcanas here, or you feel that this is out of your control, out of your hands. But as a challenge, this is the challenge with a decision that's made that causes some sort of change or shift. Or this is about the challenge of avoiding a stalemate with something, or the stalemate around something that you see as an opportunity or chance for something. The challenge of a decision that shifts things. The challenge of a decision that has turned something around. Now, your likely outcome is you do have this Ace of Swords with the Six of Cups in reverse. So with this Ace of Swords, there's some truth that's coming in, or some new communication, or some clarity, okay, that you are either receiving or that you gain clarity or enlightenment with. You may be communicating to someone is communicating to you, but this is you cutting away or getting to the truth about something that you were not able to get satisfaction in concerning either family, children, a relationship, someone from the past, something from the past, something that you had trouble reconciling with or getting satisfaction emotionally from. And so let's see what some guidance here is for you. But this is about you needing to stick to the truth. Be careful about the Ace of Swords. You might be trapped in your mind and you need to free your mind and liberate yourself. But this may be you trying to break free of something from the past or something that is causing you some sort of dissatisfaction, where there's an emotional exchange that you're trying to have happen that allows you to be satisfied in a situation in a way that you're not. Or the emotional satisfaction is not just about you, but involves another or others here. And so you may be trying to see how to break free from something that is you have dissatisfaction with, or you may feel cut out from something, or a dynamic, or with family, with children, or relationship that is dredging up bad memories, or you are seeing it in a bad light, or that's coming off negative for you in some way. So let's see what some additional guidance is for you. I feel like there's a need to focus on maintaining harmony and being strong in that regard, but harmony that um, needs and should exist for all who may be involved, and that is the truth, right? And that truth or that clarity is something that brings you to a space where you realize that you getting emotional satisfaction, or you being able to reconcile the situation in the way that you would like to cut through it, shouldn't happen. Or there's a need for you to reconsider your investment, your ambition, the situation, your level of empathy. What is the concept you're entertaining? What is the motivation? And what is it you are receiving or think you're receiving or not receiving? And what is the choice that you're making? And fueled by what desire? So let's see, what is some guidance here? What is some guidance for Aquarius, please? Guidance for Aquarius. Thank you. Observe your attitude, Aquarius. Determine whether you spend most of your energy in a positive or negative frame of mind. Do you have to remind yourself to be positive, or are you naturally that way? Your goal is to become mindful of whether you're unconsciously positive or negative, because what you think and believe is what you conceive or also act upon. Observe your attitude in this, because you may be deceiving yourself or you may be intending to be deceptive, that the inspiration on that is lacking or needs to heal. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye, Aquarius.